to stand. More drop to my knees, time to raise my hands. Mouthing silent pleas. Can I cry it out? Can I take to task reasons for all my doubts down there? Would it be too much to ask? Oh no. Where was I going when the light wasn't showing the path pulled out from under my gaze? Where was it leading? Past the end of the bleeding, the wounds cauterized by the blaze. Oh, and too tired to keep feeding the fire that has sent all my soul up in smoke. And where was the meaning in such drifting and dreaming when the drapes parted and I awoke beyond words and alone into the shapes of my bones? Shapes of my bones.
And there begins the second verse. Right, so if you want to stop boozing and do something constructive and creative instead, please read the description under this video. This is Mixer's log number 7. I just do this for my own personal reference, but in cases of interest to anyone else, I put it out there, public. I am Lean Bear, formerly known as Alcoholic Audio Engineer, but that's too many syllables, and I got tired of calling myself that. Lean Bear is my nom de guerre. I am Lean Bear. I'm coming to you from lovely, scenic Paju City, Republic of Korea, 5 kilometers south of the North Korean border. This is my studio. It's not much. It doesn't take much in this day and age. It doesn't take a lot to get started at all. You just need a computer, a microphone, and maybe a guitar, maybe a keyboard. And the stuff is not that expensive. A lot of it's free. The software is all free that I use. Anyway. And so, yeah, if you want to, you can do it. Read the description. And with that out of the way, here's my mix update for a song called Atone, A-T-O-N-E, but it's kind of cool because if you break it down into 2 words, it's at one. Not to get too precious about it, but if you understand the lyrics to the song, it's appropriate. And yeah, this is slow and rather it's kind of Floyd. It's kind of Floydian as opposed to Freudian. It's kind of Floydian. But it is what it is what I want to do. I just do things that I want to do. And I don't give a hoot about the rest of the world. I'm kind of a contrarian. And yeah, I make stuff that I want to hear. And this is what I want to hear. This is going to be a long song. It's a little over 3 minutes and just not even approaching halfway. All right, so Shift F. Oh, wait a minute. Gotta be up on my screen here. So what have I done since Mixer's log number 6? Well, I've added some plugins now, and I've added one instrument. So you'll notice that this instrument, the Vital Synth, it's so processor intensive that it was freezing up my CEO and CPU, and so I couldn't. No playback. I couldn't mix. I couldn't add new parts. So, in order to move ahead, I've got to freeze this track. And if I unfreeze it, there's piano roll. I don't know if it's just because it's a lot of chords, making it hog up the CPU, or maybe it's just this instrument. I'm still new to MIDI instruments, so we're going to find out going ahead. But this thing takes up a lot of CPU, right? And it's cool. It's got a lot of great sounds in it. But yeah, so I've got to freeze it. Freezing is just, in case you don't know, it's mixing it down into an audio file that the CPU doesn't have to work to render it. So edit, undo, unfreeze, and this is what that sounds like. Soloed. I hit S for solo just to hear that. Okay, so now it's got a pulse, and it didn't last time. And let me solo in this Hammond emulator. It's a Hammond organ emulator. I changed the settings on this. It was just way too raspy and grindy last time. So now I've got it. Leslie Drive is clean. Okay, and it's got volume automation, so the volume slider goes up and down automatically. Keyboard mix all the way upper. Okay, key click still on hard, leakage level still on high. And this knob set to C1, tweak. Let me see here. Well, Leslie slow speed is full on. Percussion level there. But more importantly, invert drawbars is selected. Okay? And here are the settings for my future reference. There they are. Reverb is off. And so I'm going to solo that in. And both of these have a pulse to them. So Hammond off. So the pulse on the Vital is less pronounced when I turn on the Hammond. There's what the Hammond is doing. It's got a little click in there, which I'm not too sure about. I'm actually trying to get rid of it. But why is it doing that? How is it doing that? Well, let me see. This plugin that I just recently downloaded called STFU. Right there. So this is a plugin that is synced to the DAW's clock. It's synced to the tempo of 110 beats per minute, 3/4 time, and this is, well, you can make a a regular soft tremolo. You can make a hard tremolo. It's a volume modulation plugin, and you can here are the different curves or shapes or whatnot you can have. You can combine two of them, and you can adjust these nodes and get, basically make any shape and any kind of volume modulation that you want. So I've got this one going on the Hammond, and I've also got it going on the Vital, although I can show you what it looks like. That's what the curve looks like. And so you can't see it processing in real time, but going through this envelope shape, that's what it sounds like. And I can't A/B it for you right now because the track is frozen, but bring it back up in here and I can A/B it. Right. All right. And then both of them together. I kind of like that without the drums. But here's with the drums. All right, and what do we got going on for other plugins? So I make heavy use plugins, in case you don't know, are tools that we use to modify the audio signals, or effects and EQs and compressors and the like. And I make heavy use of a very specialized toolkit called Airwindows Consolidated. And they're not very well known, but they are in a league of their own, and they're all free and open source. So I've got Stonefire. Okay. Air at 60, Fire at 38, Stone at 62. Let's just A/B that. Let's just A/B this stuff. These are subtle tools, so you may or may not hear a difference. First, I'll A/B the entire tool rack, effects rack. Let's see. All right, so quite a difference, but so Stonefire is just bringing a little bit of added energy where I want it. Next one is called Energy, also energy distribution and accentuation. There. All right. Chug 60, Yower 70, Snarl 60. Next is Golden Slew. You can't really hear what that's doing. That's doing something kind of invisible that only becomes important in the mix when the signal reaches the combined mastering channel bus. It's shaving off and taming high trebles, digital, making it less digital sounding. Next is a reverb called Galactic. All right, so dry wet at 0.1. Bigness 0.5, derez 1, detune 0.5, brightness 0.34. Replace all the way at 1. There's a little bit of delay built into this reverb. It acts kind of like it's got a little bit of a echo or delay, which I like. And then we've got our STFU doing its thing, and finally, oh yeah, that's another thing entirely. This is a channel. This is a console emulator. Anyway, console emulator is Atmosphere. I got Atmosphere bus in the master bus, and on each channel I've got Atmosphere channel. Okay, and so I can A/B that by turning Atmosphere bus on and off. Again, it's subtle, but can't really hear the difference now, but you can hear the difference, or at least I could. I thought I could here in the chorus section.
Where was I going when the light wasn't showing? The path pulled out from under my gaze.
Yeah.
Where was it leading? Past the end of the bleeding wounds, cauterized by the blaze.
Might as well go ahead and add that to the Kontakt instrument. Let me see, consoles, Atmosphere channel. Okay, so I've just added, you see how I did that? I've just added this plugin to this instrument right here, which kicks in at the chorus. This is what that sounds like. Had to check something there on the meter. That's okay. That's good. Okay, so the Kontakt 8 player I'm quite happy with so far, and I am running a synth in there called Analog Dreams at a preset called A Bit Dotty. I've got balance at 12 o'clock, 50-50. And there's cutoff, resonance, crush, and we can hear what those are doing here. So hang on, solo it again. What did I have that out there? Resonance at 17.9, crush all the way, basically. Again, nothing final here. It's just kind of what I like at the moment. I kind of wanted this for rhythmic effect more than tonal content. Okay, so... Right, so again, cutoff at around 30, resonance at around 18. Don't want any reverb. Don't want any delay. Okay, so that's what I got that set up for now. And let me see, what else? The drum kit. All right, let's just go through the plugins real quick. I can't remember everything that's changed. Got BrightAmbience on the drum kit. Now, what is that doing? Let's go back to the beginning and solo. You hear that on the kick, especially? It gives a little shh after the transient. Kind of an 80s gated reverb effect. This is again Airwindows. K-plate. Okay, so I added a tiny bit of reverb. It's down to wetness of 0.07. Okay, that can go all the way to 1.0, right? 0.07. We try to be careful with our reverbs. They can quickly become overwhelming. These settings for future reference. Okay, and so I can always come back, pause the video, and our atmosphere channel. Okay. On this one, the Vital Synth, we've got Acon Digital Multiply, Dimensioner 2, equalizer on. Nothing else tweaked. This is gives it some stereo separation. So it's a nice tool. It's a nice plugin. Stereo separation, some delay if you want, and kind of chorus and phasing type modulation. And I can't A/B these right now. And one of my favorite go-to plugins called Fin Micro. This is set to a setting called Infinity, but it doesn't kick in. I can't show you this because the track is frozen, but if I unfroze it, this effect does not kick in until the chorus. And you can see that the waveform gets a lot bigger here. That's where this compressor and effect, it kind of like adds another high keyboard track, almost like another keyboard track in the high keys. And if I solo that, but if I solo this, you can hear what happens when that plugin kicks in. So I'll start it from here so you can really hear it. Hear that? Again, didn't mean to have the drums in there. Hear that ethereal? It's like another keyboard. Okay, so that's what's going on there. And so, the mix.
Where was I going when the light wasn't showing the path pulled out from under my gate?
So in the mix, it's not too prominent, but it does kind of bring in another element, kind of an ethereal element. I'm working on, I'm still not spacious enough. So anyways, that's something I'm working on. This is still a new project, right? Okay, so let's see. Kontakt. So far, I've only got the atmosphere channel. Just added that. The Hammond. Okay, so and here's what the Hammond is doing during the chorus. It's not really coming through. You can see I've got the Hammond, the instrument volume automated to increase during the chorus, and then it fades out at the end of the chorus. But I'm still, so here's what it sounds like solo here. Okay, and then it cuts out for the first verse. And then here. See if you can hear that in the mix. It's not really, I mean, it's there, but it's not terribly pronounced. I've been playing with tools. I don't want to bring it up in volume anymore. Currently, the volume is at -27. Now, this volume is the channel volume. This line is the instrument volume. The overall channel volume, that is the volume at which the signal leaves this channel and goes into the master bus right here. See, it says master. This is where all these combine into one signal. That is at -27. I don't want to bring that up. So this is kind of the master volume for the channel. I don't want to bring that up. I want to keep that where it is. So I've tried. Okay, so I've got Stonefire. Again, I think I already went through this. Energy, yeah, went through this. Next is, Golden Slew. Went through all these, right? Yeah, we did. Okay, Galactic. I did have, we went through all these. I did have a filter. I'm just gonna load a new consolidated plugin here, and then I'm going to delete it. But I was using a filter called, it was either Z-Notch or Y-Notch. I think it was it? Yeah, I think it was Z-Notch. I was using Z-Notch to, just to get it to cut through. It did cut through better in the chorus, but then just overall, I just didn't like it. It stopped sounding like a Hammond. All right, so no notch filter. That's where that is. The acoustic guitar soloed. Okay, TV compressor at guitar pression, these settings. Smooth rider. Side chain at 785. It just seemed to work. That was a sweet spot in the mix. I'm really liking these TV compressors so far. It's a nice balance between very useful presets and tweakability, and they sound really nice. The one that I have going in the master bus sounds really, really nice. In my opinion, it beats out TDR Telnikov, which is what I was using before. Okay, and then yeah, we've got this one. So let's A/B these. So here's the acoustic. I'll turn off all of them.
Oh, drop to my knees. Time to raise my hands. Mouthing silent plea.
All right, so again, soloed. It's quite the difference. It's volume at -7.7. I have to make note of all these things. Okay. This without the compressor. The compressor is pretty transparent. It's acting the way I want a compressor to act. This is also a compressor. You can hear much more of what it's doing as a compressor, but it's also got a chorus. But I don't want it to be like super chorusy. Something toward minimum. And then, all right. Just gives it a little bit of stereo width and nice color. And then we've got, okay, then our atmosphere channel. Okay. And then for the vocal, this one's been tricky because I'm dealing with some sketchiness with my USB microphones. They're not behaving normally, in my opinion. And I've just been having a hell of a time getting good vocals lately. Well, I mean, I don't have the greatest voice in the world. It is what it is. Use what you got the best you can. But so this is the most processed element so far. These are scratch tracks. The acoustic guitar is a scratch track. The vocal is a scratch track. That means I'm going to be coming back in, and when I've got the keyboard parts all done, the drum, all the MIDI stuff is done, and it's all the arrangements decided, and everything's in place. Then I'll come back and redo the acoustic guitar and the vocals all in one go. The same microphone placement on the same in the same session, because breaking, when you're tracking through a microphone, vocals, acoustic, it's going to sound a little bit different every time. Okay, the microphone is not going to be in exactly the same place. I'm not going to be in exactly the same place. My voice might sound a little different from one day to the next. So far acoustic and vocals scratch, but this is what I'm going for so far. And I'm not satisfied with this vocal, but it's sounding better than before. So A being it without let's see, here we go. Solo the vocal.
Is this time to stand? Lord, drop to my knees. Time to raise my hands.
These days, especially for this song, I'm into singing quietly, and also I'm into playing guitar quietly. I like to play it with my thumb. I'm primarily a thumb strummer these days. With when I want to ramp up the energy of the volume, then I bring out the fingernails. Maybe do a little claw style. Bring the fingernails out. Not to pluck with, but to hit with. I don't have long fingernails or anything like that. But just when I'm playing live, I like to sing and play quietly. And have it heavily amplified. Anyway, so what do I got going on for vocals? All right. I haven't done... Okay, so I did my EQ settings last time. But real quick, once again, this is called the Pro Channel. If you want to learn all about this, you're going to learn all about it. Don't sweat it. If you're looking at this for the first time, don't worry about what the hell all this is. This is EQing. You know what EQing is. So, all right. I've got this. Let's see, for the drums. Oh, okay. I've got drum bus 02 for the drums. I've got, I went with that one. Okay. Preset called Synth Warm Lead 1. Haven't done it for Kontakt yet. Haven't done the Pro channel for Kontakt. For the Hanon, I've got Synth Warm Lead 2. This is all preliminary. None of this is final. The acoustic guitar still set on acoustic big and bright, and the vocal is on vocals lead 01 smooth. All right, so that's out of the way, and but in addition, this is a dynamic equalizer and or parametric dynamic equalizer, multi-band compressor. It can be. And yeah, I've also got this TB compressor on vocal compression. I probably don't need both, but I had this sounding reasonably acceptable, so I still have decisions to make. But after that, Fin Micro on a vocal setting called Big Hair, which adds some delay and kind of it's a vocal compression style. So 3 compressors in a row, man. Yeah. I don't give a shit. I do things how I use my ears and brain, and I decide. That's that. Big Hair. Again, a treble brightness controller, SLU 2 at 0.73. BrightAmbience. I forgot what that's doing. What is that doing?
Is this time to stand or drop to my knees? Time to raise my hand.
Yeah, it's taking out some of the boxiness and boominess and put some focus and some texture.
Is this time to stand or drop to my knees? Time to raise my hands.
Wait a minute. SLU 2 and SLU 3. Well, I'm glad I caught that. This is another good reason to do these mixer slogs, because I catch things like this. Which one is it going to be, SLU 2 or SLU 3? Hang on.
Can I take to task reasons for all my doubts down there? Would it be too much to ask? Oh no.
Okay, SLU 2 works like a de-esser or acceleration limiter, controls extreme highs. Analog like darkening effect. I don't recall consciously doing this. It sounds not bad with both of them.
Can I take to task reasons for all my doubts down there?
And then atmosphere channel. It's just A/B some of these others.
Can I take to task reasons for all my doubts?
Okay, that compressor is doing great. That's the TB compressor. I'm impressed with these TB compressors so far. Let's see how TDR Nova, this dynamic EQ, sounds without it, and then on.
Can I take to task?
You hear that low rumble, that low frequency rumble right at the beginning?
Can I?
During the word can.
Can I?
Turn it on. That's gone. Okay? Cut off between 80 and 100 hertz. And I hadn't even heard that low rumble before. I don't know whether that was my breath. Could have been my breath. I was pretty close to the mic. Mic, by the way, is the Blue Yeti. Last time I did the mixer's log, it was the Titan Studio Pro over here. But the thing is just not, I don't know, it was fine for the guitar. It wasn't good for the vocal. The Yeti did a little bit better this time, but issues are not. Anyways, that's what the Nova again.
Can I take to task reasons for all my doubts? Can I take to task?
So I got it up. I got the air frequencies ramped up a bit there, which I don't normally do.
Can I take to?
Let's see, what do we got that at gain 5.8? So
can I take to task reasons for all my doubts down there?
it's not doing any harm. I've got slews in place, right? And so I'm just gonna, what did I have it at 5.8 before? I'm just gonna leave it at 5. Okay, that's doing a good job. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Let's hear what finisher micros bringing.
Can I take?
Okay, so there's the delay.
Can I take?
And without.
Can I take?
Right? So.
Can I take to task reasons for all my doubts down?
Maxed.
Can I take to task?
It's a bit wet, right? So I'm just putting it right there, right on the word amount. That's what I thought was the sweet spot.
Can I take to task reasons for all my doubts down?
And so no reverb on this. That's enough. It doesn't need an ambience. It doesn't need a reverb. This is a really good setting for vocals on this thing. And let me see. So slew, bright ambience. We already A-B'd that. So that's where we are. Okay. And Shift F, fit project window, and might as well just, let me see, console. So where are our levels? Okay, channel 1, minus 8.5, channel 2, minus 10, channel 3, minus 5.5, channel 4, minus 27, or channel 4, channel 3, minus 5.5, channel 4, minus 27, channel 5, minus 7.7, and channel 6, minus 8.5. And, let's look at the master bus, the master channel. What do we got going on up there? We've got, so this is where all 6 channels are being combined into one signal. And this is batch processing. They're all being processed together as one final stereo signal. I've got something called interstage, which is so subtle, there's no point A-B'ing it. Interstage is a subtle and sophisticated analogifier. This is the TB compressor. Let's just listen to that. Let's A-B that during the chorus. It's on a preset called Simple Compression. I think I've tweaked it a little bit, maybe. I can't recall, but I can always pause the screen and look at these settings, what I got right now. A-B.
Where was I?
Oh. Let's see, on solo. Okay. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear the intro drum roll. Drum fill. Is that a drum roll or a drum fill? And without... a bit more impact, a little bit more fullness. I really like this bus compressor, man. I'll just play back the chorus and A-B it.
Where was I going when the light wasn't showing the path pulled out from under my gaze? Where was it leading past the end of the bleeding wounds cauterized by the blaze?
Just doing exactly what I want a compressor to do. Nothing in your face. It's just, it's providing kind of a sonic glue and just binding the elements in a pleasing way. 2-tape 8, which is a tape machine emulator. Now that's more pronounced, eh? You can really hear the dropout. And this has tape flutter, okay? And I've got flutter up around 70 and flutter speed around 30. You can maybe hear this more pronounced during, let's try it during the verse section.
Is this time to stand or drop to my knees? Time to raise my hands. My only side.
I'm going to turn up flutter speed. Right?
Can I cry it out?
Okay. Obviously, this is not. This is something you want subtle. So I got it set at 70, and it just provides a little bit of analog-y, tapey warble that you don't notice until it's gone. Okay, so head bump at 0.57, didn't touch head frequency, output, didn't touch that, input at 0.53, tilt at 0.3, shape at 0.7. Okay. Normally I like tilt and shape the other way around, but not for this song. What else? Zoom, this is a mastering distortion. I know that sounds weird, but Airwindows is weird. It's not your normal kind of thing. This is, again, really super subtle. You're not going to hear a difference unless you know what you're listening for. But okay, it's doing something. I can hear it, but you probably can't. But that's okay. Ferric TDS. This is mix glue. This is on the default setting. This thing is mix glue. This is default. Okay, this is not even the only other one the only default that I use is called. It's got one called mix glue, but no, gentle leveling. But this one is so subtle. It's just either it improves the signal or it doesn't. And sometimes I use it and sometimes I don't. In this case, I decided to use it. Again, this is default setting. Everything is down. Recovery, dynamics, saturation, limiter, everything is dialed down, but you can still see the needle moving. You hear the dropout? Yeah. just so here, this is the way to hear what ferric is doing, the type of thing that ferric does. So what is this? This is okay. It's got some compression. It's got some tape saturation. It's a tape compression saturation emulator. But here's what it's doing. Listen to this Kontakt synth part. I'm gonna hit play, and then I'm gonna solo the Kontakt synth like I just did, and listen to that pulse, that triplet pulse, ba, 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 ba. And when I unsolo it, okay, and the rest of the mix comes back in, follow that Kontakt synth back into listening to the mix and locate it with your ears and track it and follow it. Then I'm going to turn off ferric TDS. Focus on the sound of the Kontakt synth. Okay? And then as you're focusing on the Kontakt synth, listen to what happens when I click ferric on and off and on.
Where was I going when the light was under my gaze? Where was it leading? Past the end of the bleeding, the wounds cauterized by the blades.
It just brings it up a little bit energetically. It doesn't bring it up in volume per se, but it gives it a little bit more energy and a little bit more definition. It's the kind of thing that, you know, if you can hear it, you can hear it. If you can't, well, then I don't know. You get better at hearing these things. You go, and you know, you only care about this as the creator and the engineer and all that. And listeners never know about any of this, but these things make differences, and this is part of the art and the craft, right? It's part of the fun. So anyway, I like what that's doing, so I'm using it here. But just so you can hear, let's listen to it. And I will, as it's during playback, I'll set it on gentle leveling, and you can hear the diff.
Where was I going when the light wasn't showing the path pulled out from under my gaze? Where was it leading? Past the end of the bleeding, the wounds cauterized by the blade.
Yeah, I like it doing is just its default thing. And that's usually the way I have it. So after that, we've got, okay, this is just, this is something you can't hear, but I'll show you what it does. Here is our console emulator. Here is what, this is called Air 4. And you can't hear what it's doing, but I can show you what it's doing in this thing here called meter. Not going to, again, if I'm just explaining this to myself, then I'm going to be, it's just in case anyone else is here to listen and follow along. But here's what it's doing. So I'm going to turn Air 4 off. Okay, well, all right. There's a little red spike right there. These two red spikes. Little tiny ones right there. Right there, a big one. Right, another one. Okay, those, I don't want those. Those are called treble overslews. So watch what happens when I re-engage and... So those overslews should not reoccur with Air 4 in the way. Controlled high frequency limiting. Okay, I've got a little bit of overtick, tiny bit, but interesting. It should be. All right. All right. Interesting. It's not 100%, but it's like 99.5% eliminating that. That can be a problem, but it's not something you can hear, obviously. It has to do with neurophysiology. You don't want the audio to fatigue the listener's ears and brain. And that's what that's all about. Okay, so that's the mix as it is now. Save. And this has been Lean Bear, formerly known as Alcoholic Audio Engineer, although not known to many, that's for sure. But if you're fighting the booze vampire or demon or monster or whatever it is to you, I haven't had a drop in I don't know how long. It hasn't been that long. It's been over 6 months. And that's after 30 years of I was just incorrigible. Man, I couldn't live without booze every single day. And this is what got me. And I did it alone. I didn't have AA. I didn't have you find out who your friends really are. Yeah. Nobody gave a shit, but I did it. And, it can work for other people. I haven't found anybody else. That's the reason I started this YouTube channel. I'm not interested in being popular on YouTube or anything like that. I originally started it because I thought, hey, maybe I can help somebody else who's dealing with alcohol issues. But I haven't found anyone like that yet. The YouTube, I call it the almighty malgorithm. It's not exactly a humanitarian, the almighty malgorithm. If you ain't here for the big old soy face popularity contest, the malgorithm is not your friend. I'm just trying to find some like-minded souls. And even though I'm extremely misanthropic, and I really I have zero interest in appealing to or pleasing the vast majority of people on this planet, I still might be of service to my fellow man in some way. If you're trying to kick booze, you have my sympathies, and I'm here for you in any way I can be. And this is something that you can't do if you're drunk. You just can't. So if you want to be able to do it, you have to be sober. Period. So, hey, you could do it drunk, but it's not going to. It's not even worth it. It's great. Read the description. I explain why it's great, how it's good for you, why it's good for you, how it helps you. Okay? And, yeah. What else was I going to say? Yeah, anyways. Beep, burp, burp, bop. This is the Hammond. I'm also learning how to play keyboards better. So this is my new learning curve. I play guitars badly. See, you don't need, I'm a songwriter. I'm a lyricist. That's my wheelhouse, lyrics and more songwriting, chord structures and progressions. Songwriting. That's my wheelhouse. That's my love, songwriting. And I just, if I could hire professional musicians if I could just be a producer, I would. I'd love to, but I have to do everything myself. So, starting to take some keyboard lessons, and so I can play these parts I've got in my head. Anyway, you can do this. That's it for now. Mixer's log number 7. Lean Bear from lovely scenic Paju City, South Korea. Back to work, over and out.